What's up, everybody? Yesterday was the first day of media availability for the offseason program. We know Shador Sanders was there because they showed him early coming in the building, but they didn't really let us know about Deshaun Watson or Dylan Gabriel, but they did have some footage later, and I'm going to show that at the end of this video, so wait for that. Now, Mary Kay Cabot came out with an article that was wrote and printed last week that was read, Can Deshaun Watson go from a swing and a miss to a home run? And it was Browns owner Jimmy Haslam weighs in. Now that was the title. See, this is a perfect example of manipulation of your position as a beat writer for the Cleveland Browns. And this is why people get mad at how you and some of the media in Cleveland handle and say what you present to the public in Cleveland, the Cleveland fans, the manipulation of the pen at the owners meeting in Phoenix. And this is what people get mad about. If I can't hear what someone says at a meeting that is not public, and you come back and tell us what Jimmy Haslam, the owner, spoke and said, and you title the article, Can Deshaun go from a swing and a miss to a home run? And the Browns owner weighs in. This is why Andrew Berry and some of the brain trust of the Cleveland Browns won't give you any inside information anymore because of what you did last year and all the little inside information from the sources that you said you had telling us different things. And I believe this is the reason you get pushback from a lot of the Shador Sanders supporters. And I felt like you wanted to stick it to them by going beyond what the information was that was really told to you by your sources, per se, by your sources. It's about trust, and you the eyes and the ears of some of the Cleveland Browns fans that work every day, and they trust you to give them the right information, especially when you can't hear the quotes themselves. Now, after the fact, we hear the audio of Jimmy Haslam, what he really said with his own words. Now, this came out over the weekend with Nathan Zagura.
Well, there you go. It's definitely Saturday then. But Nathan Zagura was on there, and they were talking kind of about a lot of the things that had been thrown out there, especially the Deshaun Watson comment where Jimmy Haslam, everybody had kind of attributed the idea that, hey, he's going to go from a swing and a miss to a home run. Nathan cleared that up this weekend.
And it is being made out as though Jimmy Haslam said he was a swing and a miss, but we think he can be a home run.
Yeah.
He never said those words.
No.
Home run never came out of his mouth. He never said anything. So he's getting, and people on social media are running with that. And it's because Mary Kay's title says, Can Deshaun Watson go from a swing and a miss to a home run? And she basically uses a baseball analogy throughout the article. But that's not at all what Jimmy Haslam never said, that he's going to go from a swing and miss to a home run.
No.
He said he's got a great chance and a fresh start with Todd Monken. I said there's a lot of quarterbacks who it seems to be the theme of the NFL, either started, did not start well, and take the Super Bowl route. And what a great story that is for Sam Darnold. Deshaun started great in the year before we signed him. He was the second best quarterback in the NFL. Suspension, injuries all piled up. Can he come back from that? He certainly has the ability at one point, and we're cautiously optimistic. But he never used that's going to go from a swing and miss to a home run.
So, and that was the widely accepted fact. I mean, even going into our show on Tuesday was the fact that those were essentially the words that were placed there. Even if they weren't verbatim, that's what was said. And we've gotten the Jimmy Haslam audio. We've been able to hear it over the beginning of this week. And it's indeed not what he attributed to it. And what Nathan is saying is in the line correct of the way that Jimmy spoke about him. Now, I don't think obviously he said anything negative about Deshaun, but I mean, going from, hey, he has a really good chance here all the way to can be a home run is quite the gap we're talking about. What was actually said by Jimmy Haslam is kind of what they've been preaching all offseason. He's going to get a chance to compete. He's going to get a shot to show what he has. We think that, maybe that can turn into something good, not, hey, you're going to turn 4 years of the, $230 million contract into, it's a fantastic success. I think we have entered a wide gap to the point where now I question just how confident are they in Deshaun? How on board are they? Because I think you take away that comment and it goes back to right where we thought it was, which, they're going to consider him, but I don't know that they love him.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old game of telephone, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we weren't in the room. We didn't hear what was said. We have to go off of what we read about it, right? Mm-hmm. and
Exactly. We have to go off what we read about it. And this is why they felt the need to say something about it. To me, it's misleading, and that's how things get read wrong. And this is what Jimmy Haslam said exactly, and we got the actual quote, but let me let him go ahead and finish his thought real quick. I wanted to hear this.
And so it's, growing up, you play the game of telephone, you start at one end of the room, you whisper the phrase, and by the time you get to the other end of the room, something completely different comes out of the last person's mouth than the original set of words. So, now
let's listen to the audio that Jimmy Haslam, what he really said.
I have no problem with that being his position. That's actually a very rational position to take.
So let's just sort of aid this a little bit, because we do have Jimmy Haslam's comments on Deshaun Watson, the actual audio of them. So let's go ahead and play this now.
It's not for lack of effort, okay? I mean, I don't think anybody in our organization would question his effort, his toughness, everything he's put in the job. The reality is he's had major injuries, right? Broke his shoulder, towards the Achilles tendon twice. So he's been really ravaged by injuries, and that, along with the 11-game suspension, have kept him from playing. Now, Deshaun has a great chance, fresh start, offensive-minded coach who has, in his past, been able to work with all kinds of different quarterbacks and make them successful. So Deshaun has a great chance to do that now. We talked to him the other day. He said he weighed the least he had at least he had in several years, was in great shape. He'll be here on April 7th when we start, and we'll see what Deshaun can do. We're all excited.
That's what people be talking about, man, when instead of sensationalizing and make it seem like Jimmy Haslam is not on the same page with Andrew Berry and Todd Monken, that Deshaun has the upper hand on this QB situation. From what I've seen and everything I've heard, this is going to be an open competition, which, as in Cleveland, I'm so sick and tired of these competitions, man. Why are we always having who else has an open competition, man, in the league? It's like college. They acting like this is like college. But back to the subject, man. Yes, Deshaun has a shot like everybody else, but we're talking about manipulation. The Cleveland Browns and their marketing department has been broadcasting Shedeur Sanders all over everything. And let's show the Twitter page, the Cleveland Browns Twitter page. You got Carson Schwarzenegger, which was put out 8 minutes ago. And you got some more guys put on here. Some of the stuff on here, you got Harold Fanning Jr., got all these different guys. You got Shedeur on the front, Carson Schwarzenegger, Isaiah McGuire on here. Like I said, Schwarzenegger's on here. And you got Shedeur. And, guys were looking around and seeing, man, where the heck? You got Shedeur coming in the building. And he's ready to go. You got Dylan Sampson coming in the building, but like I said, there's nobody else.
What I thought it was.
No other QBs coming in the building. Now the Cleveland Browns, they didn't put nothing out on their page of Deshaun coming in the building, Dylan's coming in the building, but they got Shedeur coming in the building, like I said, until late. And then you got ESPN put a picture out late showing some pics. Let's take a look at that. And we didn't see this picture. Browns QB Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel putting in the work during the first day of voluntary workouts. You got Shedeur. Look like, I don't know if they're weighing him, or I don't know if this is scales. I don't know what that is. You got him. Then you got Dylan Gabriel. And then you got Deshaun Watson doing some deadlifts, look like. But they didn't bring this out till late. This was after 5 right here. We didn't see anything. So it's definitely manipulation. This is how it seems like the Browns are handling it. Let me know what you think. Is the Cleveland Browns deliberately putting Shedeur's face out there for clicks, or are they really trying to tell us something? Stay locked in with me, Reese Will. We just getting started. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next video.